Hello everyone, it's Matt here. It's just after 9 o'clock on Saturday and I've got a very nice mug of hot chocolate here, and we're going to discuss the trip to Cardiff I did Monday and Tuesday this week to see Markiplier live. So, hold on a second. So, the first thing is that Markiplier has been going off on tour of Europe. He was doing a tour of America, he's now doing a tour of Europe. And as he's hidden things like Nottingham, London, Amsterdam and a few other quite well known locations. He had to cancel Amsterdam because he was ill, and even by the time he'd reached Cardiff, I think it was like 2 days afterwards, he still wasn't fully recovered. He could do some singing, but a good portion of singing he couldn't actually do properly, and he was a bit raspy, and you know, he sounded good, don't get me wrong, he could speak properly, but singing was a bit of a push for him. It was really nice to see him that he actually did try and do some singing, you know, so it was good on that point. Getting to Cardiff itself, that was a bit of an issue because train travel was prohibitively expensive. It would have been, I think if I checked it correctly, it was about £250 for 4 adults, travelling down on Monday and travelling back up on Tuesday. And as lovely as it would have been to travel by train, and as quick as it would have been by coach, it was a hell of a lot easier. It was about, I think it was 70 something in the end. You know, yeah, it was about 70. So it was really good in comparison. That 70 compared to 250 is quite a difference. It's 180 quid. So we went down on National Express. So I got up super early. You know, the usual 5 o'clock time I usually get up for work. Got up. You know, got dressed, ensured my bag was finished and packed. I went off to my friends to make sure they were all ready and we could go from there to Birmingham. So obviously everything was packed up. I got to my friends in Germsey Wood. Really wet morning, and quite luckily I'd brought an umbrella, so I was nice and dry. Got to my friends and we sorted a few things out. I'd brought a few friends over things over for them, sorted everything out, got everyone ready, went off to catch a bus into Birmingham, got on the coach, we went around some of Birmingham for a bit because we needed to get a few supplies, went back into, and then went to the coach station and then got the coach. We did arrive into Cardiff slightly behind schedule. The coach originally, well, the schedule said it was arrived around 2, or just before 2. It didn't arrive until about actually 10 past 2, but we still had plenty of time. Went to the hotel, which was the Sandringham. Nice hotel. If you need a fairly cheap hotel, I'd definitely recommend Sandringham. Hasn't got lift access, and it is a historic building, but really nice rooms, well presented. You know, good price as well. So obviously got to the hotel, dropped bags, and then we had a late McDonald's lunch, and by this time it's about 2:30, 3 o'clock even, when we're doing this. So had a very late lunch, and after tidying ourselves up and getting ready, we then went off to do a brief bit of shopping beforehand before we actually went into see Markiplier itself. So obviously, before I went to see Markiplier, obviously we went to go to the Lego store, because one of the great benefits of being a Lego fanatic or an AFOL is that obviously you get certain things. So I carry my little passport with me. It's got a Cardiff stamp, so I've got Cardiff stamped on my passport now. I also got an Ninjago stamp. I didn't necessarily buy anything Ninjago. I didn't buy anything from Ninjago in there, but I think they were covering up for previous stores where I'd purchased stuff and they hadn't got my personally got the stamp. So to that effect, they also gave me a nice little passport certificate to say I'd collected my 5 stamps, and you actually would have gotten a free prize if you collected it between the 1st of July and 1st September 2017. So obviously I'm a little late for that, but never mind. You also got given a birthday set. This is a free one. It's 2017's, so they clearly produced a lot of them. So they're giving this away in 2018 as well, with the Lego store calendar that you would have got last year. Really nice if basic set. You can see my review on that, because I did one last year when I had one. And I also was able to get the Friendship Flower polybag, which was being given away. So I'm yet to decide if I'm going to open it and use it for parts or what. Possibly going to keep it as is for resale, future resale value, because it's part of the way to fund the hobbies. I'll keep certain sets for a certain amount of time and then possibly sell them or exchange them for sets I actually want. And in actual purchases, a very great one we've had, and I purchased, this is about the fourth one, I think, possibly third. I'm not entirely sure. It's another rechargeable battery pack, so obviously it's great to have plenty of these, because it means you can actually do hot swaps. So I can essentially turn the power off, do swap, take the lid off the train, swap the battery over, turn it back on, and then that can run while the other one's charging. So really good to have that, and really good to have spares of that. Now Markiplier itself, the first bit normally would have been, because we had VIP tickets, because those were the only ones available for Cardiff. The first thing was supposed to be a sort of acoustic set with Mark. Now that wasn't actually going to happen, because Mark was, as I said earlier, recovering from a bit of illness. So we actually did a bit of a Q&A beforehand. So we did sing one song and then had a bit of Q&A, which was really nice. Sang Happy Birthday, so I got in on that. So I sort of went, yeah, it's my birthday. And then we had a bit of a, after we finished the Q&A, he then said, I'm going to sing one more song, and then the whole team came out. So you had Wade, you had Ethan, you had Bob, and Tyler, all came up and sang one of the songs from Shrek, I think it was, but it made it the popular internet meme. And then after that, we went on the show. So as part of the VIP pass, we got one of these which is the VIP lanyard. These have the promotional tour art on the back in full colour. And then you've got the little Markiplier VIP. These are all individual, they're not printed, so you actually hand signed all of these. So if you are a VIP member, that is genuine, they are different. And then you've got little paddles. So I've collected all 4 of my teams, so there's 2 of each. So obviously you have the red and the green. So this was to decide if you wanted one option or the other. So it was a really nice thing for them to do this. Obviously these are quite basic, but it's still very nice. So you have a choice. I think it was comedy. Yeah, it was comedy, horror, and there was a third option. And they were all presented as briefcases at the start of the show. And you as the audience had to vote with your paddles and decide who would get, what we would get. And the one we got was horror, and it was really nice to see some of the improv and some of the skits and sketches they were doing about that. So one of them was a dance off, and it's sort of like, the great thing was, it's just like, he killed my family with his bare hands and his bare claws and his bears, and this is really sort of slightly outlandish, slightly slapstick comedy, which was really great to see. Which you do see in some of these videos and these let's plays, but in person it just is another level. You can't beat it. And it's actually, on that sort of thing, it's actually better, I think, than some of the other comedy shows that you might go around and see. So all these stand-ups, in comparison, I think Markiplier's was a bit better. Had a bit more audience interaction and that sort of thing. So it was really great to see. Show actually didn't finish until 10, and obviously I'll intersperse all my talk with a few photos, but it was really nice. It didn't finish until 10. Not back. No, actually we didn't go back to the hotel straight away. We actually went to a chippy. Great British tradition. Went out for a night out and then went to the chippy. After that, went back to the hotel, and then on the following day woke up. Stayed quite late. I think we didn't get out of the hotel till about 10, possibly half 10. So we didn't really feel hungry because we'd obviously eaten so late the night before. Went off, did a bit and spent a good portion of the time shopping. Got back to the coach station I think the coach left at 3:20, and we got there. We were in the park itself next to the coach station for about half two, possibly even earlier than that, like 3:15. Got to the coach station for just turned 3, and then they called the coach, and the coach actually left on time. I got into Birmingham slightly late, but I'm not going to issue. I slept a good portion of the journey, so catch up on the sleep, which is very nice. Eventually went to my friends afterwards to make sure they got home okay, and then finally got home for I think it was about 9:45 eventually at night. So I was absolutely shattered at that point. I managed to get home, said hello to the family, because some of them were still awake, and then went to bed, and then went to work the following day, because obviously I've used quite a lot of my annual leave already, and I didn't want to use too much, so just had the Monday and Tuesday off and was in work on the Wednesday. And surprisingly enough, I was actually quite awake for work, so that was all done. So it was a very nice little getaway for my birthday. It's actually the first time I've actually not been at home for my birthday. It does make a nice change. It was great seeing Markiplier. So that's it for the trip to Cardiff. Really nice. There's photos on my Facebook page if you want to see more, and that includes some with the little Brook Central mascot Bryce. So obviously, as many of you know, I'm a member of Brook Central, so that's all very good for that. And that's it for this update. So I'm Matt, and hopefully you'll see me in the next video.